Okay, so guys, let us start with the next chapter. Please make a note. Again, in this chapter, it is based on an accounting standard. It is actually chapter number 4 in your study mat, in that unit 2, which is nothing but you have to prepare a cash flow statement, and for that purpose, you have to read the rules in accounting standard 3. It is based on accounting standard 3. Everybody, please write the heading as accounting standard 3 in your notebook. Is AS3, and also mention chapter 4, unit 2 is accounting standard number 3 slash chapter number 4, unit 2. Yes, what is the title of the standard?
Cash flow statement.
Please write the heading cash flow statement. Please write the heading as a cash flow statement. Shamli. So in this statement, that is in your statement of cash flows. Now we show the cash inflows and cash
Outflows.
and not simply the cash inflows and outflows in some random manner. Now please refer to paragraph 5. You are supposed to classify the cash inflows and outflows under 3 broad heads. I repeat myself. You have to consider the cash inflows and cash outflows. Or you have to present, that's a better word. You got to present your cash inflows and cash outflows under 3 broad heads. Can you tell me from the list of definitions what are the 3 broad heads?
Operating activities.
Exactly. Operating activities. Number 2, what?
Investing activities.
Investing activities. Number 3.
Financing activities.
See. You are supposed to present your cash inflows and cash outflows. Now people are asking, what about something called cash equivalence? Don't bother about that right now. Okay, that's almost cash. Okay. So you ought to present your cash inflows and cash outflows under 3 broad heads. The heads are operating activities, investing activities, and financing or financing. It's up to you. Activities. These are the 3 broad heads. Now please make a note if you want to. Right in the center, right in the like a flow chart you make, right in the center, cash, inflows and outflows. Right, cash, inflows and outflows. Okay, write that in the center. If you want, you can put that that particular phrase in a box. And then what do you do? 3 branches from that. Okay, 3. Now what are the 3 branches, right? Operating activities, and then investing activities, and financing or financing activities. 3 broad heads. Is that clear? People are saying, oh, will that come in the exam? Definite question once again. See, the point is, every chapter in your study map, there will be a question in your exam. Is that fine? You want to escape. But it's very simple. So I want to classify the cash inflows and outflows in 3 broad heads. That is the operating activities, investing activities, and financing activities. Now, which one you think I'll be teaching first?
Investing.
Very good. Then
Financing.
Then
operating.
I'll go in that order. You might ask what is the reason, I'll tell you later. Okay. So first, let me explain what is the meaning of investing activities. I will not go even by the definition given in the standard. Okay. So basically, all your what is investing activity? Example, let us say you want to, let's say you want to run your business. Definitely, you have to purchase
Building.
property, plant, and now what happens? You purchase a machine which has a life of 10 years. 10 years life. And your business will have a life of? Exactly. You see the Tatas, they are almost 150 years plus and still going strong. Yes or no? The companies will last longer than your assets. Yes or no? See, the assets will have a limited life. A machine will have a life of 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. So you will purchase property, plant, and equipment, and so on. Also, what you have to, at the end of the life, what do? You sell those assets at their salvage value and purchase some more assets, right, to replace them. Yes or no? So remember, purchase of assets, that is purchase of property, plant, equipment, will come under investing activity. Is it a cash inflow, cash outflow? Cash outflow. It may be even a non-cash. Remember that possibility. I can purchase the land and issue shares, but that will not come in a cash flow statement, right? Assuming that I'm going to purchase a piece of machine, a piece of equipment, I'm going to purchase the land, I'm going to purchase a building, I'm going to purchase the land and the building, I'm going to purchase an equipment, an aircraft, I'm going to purchase a ship or whatever. All these are, what is that? Are cash outflow because there's cash going out. Yes or no? Assuming that I'm going to pay cash and buy these assets. But how much a cash flow statement? If there is a non-cash transaction that will not appear in your cash flow statement. So therefore, under investing activity, one example is going to be purchase of property, plant, and equipment. Listen, it's a cash outflow. How do you show cash outflow in your cash flow statement? Forget about the format and so on. Okay, so I don't know, so I haven't seen a cash flow. Doesn't matter. But will that be a negative or positive?
Negative.
So we show the amount in brackets. Bracket what I know? Negative. You get it?
Yes.
See, when you purchase assets, also what? There is a possibility of
Issuing
sale of assets. I understand you can purchase an asset, the issue of shares, that's okay. But when you purchase an asset, you can also what? Dispose of, right? Now, where do you show the disposal of asset, the sale proceeds? Again, investing.
That's a positive.
But it's a positive cash inflow. But you show the proceeds from sale of property, plant, and equipment. So how you show purchase of property, plant, and equipment? You show the sale of property, plant, and equipment at the investing activity, it's a plus cash inflow. People asking what amount should be shown? At the sale price. Doesn't matter profit or loss. Example, I sold a 10,000 rupees asset for 9,000. What is the amount to be shown in investing activity? 9,000. Don't show 10,000 loss on sale 1,000. What is the cost inflow? What is the cash inflow? 9,000. Simple. You get it? So remember, purchase of property, plant, and equipment is an example. And then disposal of property, plant, and equipment is another example of investing activity. Wait. Then, what else you think of? Purchase of long-term investments. Long-term investments. That is investments other than cash equivalents. I'll explain that So a purchase of long term, also a purchase of current investments, but not cash equivalent. Cash flow is a different meaning altogether. Very, very short term, less than 3 months life for those investments. Okay, but don't bother about that. But remember, purchase of investments. Example, you want to invest in shares of another company, or investment in debentures, or investment in land and building. Remember, invest in property. What? Even that will come under investing activity. Yes or no? Just now we didn't know investment account, debit, a bank, how many sums you did the previous chapter. It's a cash outflow, purchase of investments. What? When you purchase, it's also what? Disposal, right?
Yes, sir.
Disposal of investments, long-term investments. Even that will come under investing activities. I given 4 examples so far. Popular examples. This is what you're going to have in most of the sums. Purchase of fixed assets. Doesn't matter tangible or intangible. You can also purchase a trademark. You can purchase a patent. You can purchase a copyright. And even the amount is spent on intangibles. If it is, or you can also spend on construction of a building. It need not be what always a bought asset. It can be self-constructed. Remember we saw in AS16. That's why we use the word acquisition, production, or what? They say construction. Not necessary I should buy a building here. I can also buy a land and what? Construct a building. And what is that building called? It's a property, part of land and what? Building. Suppose the building is under construction, what is it called? It is called a
work in progress.
What work in progress? A capital work in progress. It is a capital expenditure which is in progress. Means a building under construction, for example. Understood? So I'm just putting a lot of terms. Okay? People who missed out today's class, please watch the video. Is that clear? I'm talking to them, not to you people. Okay, go say yes. So please remember, it's a capital work. See, enjoy the learning process here. That's a beauty. Now listen. So you have to show the purchase of property, plant, equipment, and other intangibles. Property, plant, tangible. You can be intangibles. Disposal of property, plant, equipment, and other intangibles. And then you have purchase of long-term investments. That is investments which are not cash equivalents. And then disposal of investments, okay, which are not cash equivalents. And people had a doubt, sir, what about interest on my debentures? Remember, last chapter we did AS9. You receive dividends. You receive interest on your investment. Where do you show that?
Financing.
Even that goes under investing because these are return on your
investments.
What financing? What financing is what? Somebody is funding me. If I borrow money and pay interest, that will come under. Because somebody is financing me. This is where majority of the students will go wrong with the examination. Get the spelling of wrong also wrong. RONC is wrong. What is spelling of wrong? One guy wrote. Teacher says, come on, write the spelling of wrong. RONG. Teacher sees the book and says, it's wrong. Oh man, that's what you asked for. It was wrong. No, this is what he told me to write. There's a very high probability of you going wrong. Please remember, interest or dividends that you receive, and doesn't matter whether it's a pre or post-acquisition dividend, doesn't matter which account you created. Whether you have taken the income to P&L or income to investment, doesn't matter. Dividends are received or interest you receive will be shown under investing activity. activity is a cash inflow. Because bank account debit, I'm not bothered with the credit side. See, a bank account debit either right to income, a dividend taken to P&L, or bank account debit to investment doesn't matter. But bank account debit, we are focusing on the bank account debit, cash flowing into your pocket. Which pocket? Investing activity over here. Got it? 3 pockets. Okay, basically it should fall into one of the pockets. You all get it? Either operating, investing, or financing. Got it? So please remember the interest and dividends or rental income, what you receive. Doesn't matter what is the income, what is receipt. That means what? Suppose there's interest, receivable, that won't be shown. Money interest, received, cash
basis.
So the cash is always a factual. Don't account on accrual basis over here. Got it? So cash inflow. Interest and dividends and rent you receive on your investment also on the investing activity. These are some of the examples of investing activity. You want to take them? I give it. Please write. Because I know today's children don't hold a lot of things in their mind. Okay, there are other things to ponder. So many important things. Which movie is releasing today? OTT. Which movie in the theater? Which theater? Okay. And a lot of important things you have to remember. These things may be forgotten. I'll give you. Okay, please take them. Examples of investing activities. Write the heading, examples of investing activities. Under that, I'll give some 5 examples. A, B, C, D, E. Please write A. Write a purchase of tangible means what? Your property, plant, and equipment. Okay, tangible and intangible, purchase of tangible and intangible, long-lived assets. LONG, long-lived assets. Why long-lived? Basically non-current assets, right? Property, plant. If you want to write an example, property, plant, equipment, trademark, copyright, goodwill, so on. Right? And remember, when I say purchase, it also includes what? Not necessarily should be always a purchase, acquisition. It can be even construction. Or you doing spending money on R&D, research and development, right? So purchase includes even construction. Now please write point B. What is that? Disposal, nothing but sale, right? Of again tangible and intangible long-lived assets. Tangible and intangible long-lived asset. That's a very popular phrase in the US there. What does GAAP means? Generally accepted accounting principles. GAAP. GAAP. Right. So disposal of property, plant, equipment, other tangible and intangible like trademark, copyright, patents, and so on, of long-lived assets. Now write point C. Write purchase of investments. Purchase of investments. And do write in brackets other than cash equivalents. So purchase of investments. When I say that, I'm talking about all the long term and current, but not your
cash equivalent.
Which are very short term, that have a life of only 3 months. Suppose you deposit money in a bank as an investment, but you want to draw the money within 3 months. Let's say it's a 3-month deposit. It's a cash equivalent. Right, a fixed deposit. That is going to mature in 3 months. 3 months or less. So cash equivalent is not there. Okay. Then point. When I say investment, what? Think of shares, debentures, right? Or investment property, right? Now write point B. What is that? Disposal of investments. Disposal in, again, right? Other than cash, equivalents. Right? Disposal of investments and do right other than cash equivalents. Now you can sell these shares or debentures, a cash inflow, bank account, debit, investment account. And then the last example point E. What is that?
Return on investment.
Please write interest slash dividends slash rent received on investments. Now suppose you bought debentures, what do you receive? Interest. Suppose you bought shares, what do you receive? Dividends. Suppose you purchase a land and building and let out, what do you receive?
Rent.
The interest, dividends, rent received on investments will also go under investing activity. These are some popular examples that go under. These are the examples. Then you will find only these are investing activity. Now, should I say that purchase means minus, disposal plus, and then interest received is a plus? No need, right? I'll be insulting your intelligence. Okay, I don't want that to happen. Fine. But you might feel insulted and walk away from the class. So you should know what is inflow and what is outflow, right? Last what is the coming in or going out, right? Sir, okay, sir, what about financing activities? Now tell me, how do you fund your business? Think of a company. We issue shares. I can issue equity shares. I can issue preference shares. Yes or no? When I issue shares, what is the entry? Bank account debit to share capital. Yes or no? And to securities premium. Let us say I issue 10,000 shares. Face value 10 each. At rupees 12. What is the entry? Bank account debit 10,000 into 12, 1,20,000. To share capital 10,000 into 10, 1 lakh. And then to securities premium 20,000, 10,000 into 2. But bank account debit how much? That will be shown under financing. Don't show over there face value premium, get another. They want only the amount received on issue of shares. That's it. Do not show, I think people writing this, face value 1 lakh, add premium 20,000, outer column 1,20,000, capital pay, yeah. No need. How much cash you receive?
1,20,000.
That is all. Enter that. It's a cash inflow. People ask, what should I write? You can write a proceeds from the issuance of share capital. Issue of shares, no problem. Write something and write the amount is a plus 1,20,000. That's it. Now tell me, when I issue equity shares and preference shares, I can also what? Buy back equity shares. You must have done by now in Companies Act. Share buyback.
Yes.
Buyback of shares. When I buy the shares, what I have to pay money and get the shares back. You know that? Or I can also redeem what? Get another chapter, redemption of
Preference.
Exactly. What is entry? Preference share capital to preference shareholders. Preference shareholders to bank. Cash outflow. Simple. Therefore, redemption of preference shares. Or is a share buyback. That's a cash outflow. Equity share buyback. Or redemption of preference share. Cash outflow. Sir, how else you can raise money for your business?
Debentures.
Issue debentures. Or go to a banker and take a long-term loan or a short-term loan. Doesn't matter. The borrowings, right? You can borrow money. That's another way to fund your business. There are only two ways of funding your activity. Either own funds or what? Loan funds. You know that? That's the beauty. There are only two possible sources. Either own funds or loan funds. Then people are asking, what about the government grant? That will be either credited to which account? Capital reserve. That's own funds. Or it will be deferred income, a liability till you earn that income and goes into own funds, retained earnings, right? AS12. Or it will be too high for you to understand that, okay? But remember one thing, there are two ways of funding any asset. Let's say you want to buy a property. You want to buy a property worth 1 crore. You don't have that money. What do? You go to the bank. Bank will say, oh, I can't fund you all the 1 crore. I'll give you only 80% of the property, 80 lakh. That means you have to bring in what? 20 lakh from your savings. Yes or no? 20 lakh is what? Own funds. How much borrowed funds? 80 lakh. What is asset bought? 1 crore. You know, that's your accounting equation. Assets, 1 crore is equal to liability, 20 lakh, 80 lakh, plus capital, how much? 20 lakh. You know that? There are only two ways of funding any business in this world. Either it's a debt or equity. Either you have an obligation to repay or you don't have an obligation to repay. So your parents are spending so much money on you, right? What? Yes? Yes. They're spending on you. What is the entry class whenever they give you money? Cash account debit. They put 1,000, 2,000 rupees in your pocket. What is the entry in your books? Cash account debit 2,000 to income. What? Is it to equity or to loan? Loan. You know, you have an obligation to take care of your parents later on. Even though it is not a legal obligation. Did I ask you to spend money on me? It's your duty, right? See, always remember there is you can say that's not legal. But generally, whenever somebody is going to give you money, either they tell you, please repay the money. So, machan, 100 rupees. That means what you're given, that person has got actually borrowed. He's borrowed money. You know that. So you ask back. Then 100 rupees, that means what? Capital. Own funds. That's all. Cash account debit, you can take it to income. That increases net profit. Will come back retained earnings to the balance sheet. It's a part of shareholders' funds. Think about that. See, that is real accounting. Just not memorizing some 10 entries and writing, oh, I know accounting, I'm good at accounting. That's not accounting. That's just journal entries. Accounting, understanding transaction, and then debit, credit, and loan. So here remember another way to fund your business, issue debentures or loan borrow, right? Is a loan taken. Loan editan. Ada English. Loan taken. And loan borrow. Right? So it's either issue of debentures or a bank loan, either long term or short term loan borrowed by the company. It's another financing activity. When you borrow money, what do you have? You have to repay the loan at some point. When loan borrowed is a cash inflow, what about the loan repaid? Or debentures redeemed, repaid? It's a cash outflow. That will go under financing activity. People ask, sir, when I borrow money, I have to pay interest. Then when I issue shares, I have to pay dividends. So where they show interest and dividends paid, that will come under financing because it is a cost, COST cost attached to the funding. Yes or no? No free lunch. Because you borrowed money, somebody is lending money, he wants interest. For him it's a return on investment. For you it's what? It is an interest obligation. No, you have to pay. For it's a cost of funding. The money is not free. That is why whenever you borrow money, Whenever you take money from the shareholders, whenever you take money from other people, OPM, other people's money, you are responsible. You have to pay return. Say, when I'm going to borrow money from you, what money I'm borrowing? In fact, you are investing what? What are you doing over here? What are you investing? You're investing a time. You know that? CA don't understand. See, invest. The money part is nothing actually. You know that? You are investing a valuable time. I am not supposed to waste your time. I'm supposed to give a nice return on your time invested. ROTA, ROTI. You know, that is the beauty of this course. They don't ask for money. You are investing time. Even articleship is what? Investing your time in learning. Make sure you get a nice return on your investment, time invested. 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours in the office or 10 hours in the office is a return. You get nice return on your time invested. People always think of ROI means return on only money invested. No, the time invested. You get it? That's the beauty of this course. So that is why, I hesitate sometimes. Maybe you can have a half an hour, 1 hour, maybe, once in a while you can have fun. I should not call you every day over here to have fun. I dance before the class and then go home, right? My job is to give a nice return, handsome return. You will come to know the return only the examination, not this exam passing mark. That's not the return. After completing, you have the requisite knowledge to be hired by an employer, and then what? Pay you a real packet, okay, a nice fat salary. That's the beauty. That's your return on your time invested. That is the beauty of this course. People are very short term view. Oh, I have to come to the class, enjoy, have a chat, and relax. That's all good. You should have that also. I'm not telling you should be devoid of fun. You should have nice fun. Enjoy the learning. The way I say, enjoy the learning. Have you ever felt sad learning how to cycle? First time you're learning how to cycle, and nobody is holding on to it. Suddenly you get the balance and start riding it, the bicycle. Don't you feel very happy? Yes or no, Rohit? Yes. The first time when you start riding, nobody is holding the bike, the bicycle, and you start riding. You also have to balance it. Yes or no? The joy, excitement. The joy, excitement. That should be there when you learn something new. இங்க எப்படி படிக்கிறோம்னா one more chapter for the exam, one more concept, one more point. Okay, it's adding on to your the bank account, knowledge bank, and that's going to put you in a good position later on. அப்படி யோசிக்கணும். இங்க எப்படின்னா chapter number 4 unit 2 வரல. Why can't they have only unit 1? Only one chapter. Oh yeah, you're learning something new. Excitement. I told all this because the other person wants a return for your cost. When you taken money from the shareholders, they want dividends. So you have to pay, right? So that is nothing but the cost of raising financial resources for your business. At the end of the day, you need money to start a business. Yes or no? Money can come from shareholders or from the lenders. The lender can be a debenture holder or a banker. But whatever money that comes into your business is not a free money. You have to give them a return. That is the cost of capital. That's why you have a chapter in financial and cost of capital, the cost of funding. You guys don't understand because your parents are spending on you, they don't expect a return. When they start charging you, then you come to know what you're having is not a free lunch. Okay, now right now you just keep on borrowing from your parents, but the day will come where you have to start earning and what? That's a duty. And they didn't sign anything, I didn't sign any paper, so what? Okay, it's only trust, fine. So interest and dividends, what do you pay? It's a cost of raising the funding. Cost of funding. Cost of the not return. It's for you, it's a cost of funding. So raise the funds. Okay, for that you will incur some cost. Every You raise the money. When you raise the money, you have to return them, right? Cost of that is your dividends or interest or what you pay. Interest paid and dividend paid. It doesn't matter on equity or preference. All these are cash outflows. Is that clear? Now, shall I give some examples now? Please write the heading. Write the heading. See, once I put all this in your mind now, it will become so simple to, this glide. Okay, go through this chapter. Very, very simple. Adam, will try this? Suppose you want to slice the butter. What are you going to do? It's very hard. What do you do? What do you do? You want to slice the butter with a knife. What do you do? It's very hard. You're not able to cut it. What do you do? Heat?
Heat the
You know that. You don't have to hit the butter. You know that. You just have to hit the knife. You know that. That's why they say it's a hot knife through butter. It's like that. It will be for me so simple to just, do that financial surgery on every sum. I'm using very high fund. I don't know how many of you understood. Okay. It's a financial surgery. I can cut the balance sheet and understand how the cash has come from operating, investing, and financing activity. Will be called a financial surgery. Okay. So please write a heading. Write a heading as examples of financing activities. FA. Okay. FA. Financing activities. Right under that point A. Write issue of equity shares and preference shares. Point B. What is that? That's the inflow, right? For the issue. What is the next one? Right is equity share buyback. Like a redemption only, repayment. Right, equity share buyback and what? Redemption of preference shares. Cash outflow, money going out. You want to pay them. Now, equity shares can be bought back. Is that fine? And then next, point C. What is that? It is issue of debentures and loan borrowed. Doesn't matter long term, short term borrowing, but loan borrowed from a bank or any other financial institution, right? That's point C. Now write point D.
Reduction of debentures.
Right, a redemption of repayment, that is, a redemption of debentures and a repayment of loan. Repayment of loan. And then finally, another example will be point E. What is that? Interest and dividends paid. Interest paid and a dividend paid. That is interest paid on loans or debentures and dividend paid on shares. Doesn't matter equity or preference, but dividend paid on shares, right? Is a dividend paid on share capital, right? Got it? These are the examples of financing activities. Sir, what about operating activities? All other items. What is operating activity, tell me? There are two ways of presenting operating activity. One is called the direct method. Now you want to guess the second one. Oh, wonderful, lovely. How come? Direct and indirect. There are two ways of presenting cash flow from operating activities. Is that clear? Got it? Now listen to me first. So operating activity, there are two ways of presenting the operating activity in your cash flow statement. You can either use a DM. What is DM? Very good. And then IN? Indirect. The word and method. So, what is direct method? Very simple. What is operation? What is operating activity means? Cash received from customers. Yes or no? That's an operating cash inflow. But to earn that, what you should do? You have to pay the suppliers of goods, because you want to buy goods and sell them if you're a trader, or you want to manufacture the goods. So you have to pay for the suppliers of raw material, you have to pay the employees the salary or wages, you have to pay for all the
overheads.
Oh, wonderful overheads, right? We have done the chapter what? Cost accounting. How much have done? Exactly. Come on. You will learn from one of the best faculty. Yes or no? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Coming back to this, payment to suppliers and payment to employees, all the salaries and wages, and payment overhead expenses, all this will be subtracted from the cash you receive from the customers from the sale of goods, and also minus income tax payment if any, because you cannot show income tax under operating, investing or finance, right? By default, it comes under operating. Understood?
Yes.
Sir, I know, sir, it's a tax on capital gain, sir. Okay, show that under investing activity. Otherwise, only income tax paid is shown under which activity? Operating activity. Understood?
Yes.
That is all. So, operating under two ways, direct method and indirect method. I will not give a list of items, but indirect alone I will explain. So, that is more, you have to start from the net profit for the year and then work backwards. Okay, for that I will give a format, but not for direct method. Direct is very simple, so direct. Cash inflow from customers minus all the payments. All the payment to suppliers, payment of wages, payment of overheads, and then also income tax payment, if any, will be a cash flow from operating activities. Is that fine? Just draw this alone. Let's write right in the center. Just write in the center operating activities and branch it off into two. What is the first one? Something called direct method, and do write over there para 18A. Para 18A. Then on the right hand side, what is that?
Indirect method.
That is para, come on. Guess.
18B.
Oh, brilliant. 18B. 18B. Is it 18A or 18B? Is that fine? Got it? Okay. So now we want to start with examples on. Remember one thing, only the way you present the operating activity will differ. The way you present investing financing will not change, whether you follow direct or method for operating activity. That doesn't matter. I want to work out sums where you want to find or present the cash flow from operating activities under which method? Direct method. Before we start, take us through para 18A and let's see what is given, and then we'll take up an example from your study book. What, do we have the time, by the way?
15 minutes more.
15 more minutes. Okay. Okay, I will not start another thing. Okay, let me go through this for you and stop here. Read. Or I can do one sum. No, not an issue. So read para 18A.
Reporting cash flows from operating activities.
That is a broad heading. Okay, under that A.
18 para. An enterprise should report cash flows from operating activities using either A, the direct method, whereby major classes of gross cash receipts and gross cash payments are disclosed.
You saw that you show the cash, gross They will not say show this cash from customers and so on. It's understood, right? In fact, the examples of operating activities are there, given in go to this para, my dear.
18B.
No. 18B is indirect method.
Which para?
Examples of operating activity. Please refer to para. Is it 30 or
The examples of cash receipts and payments, sir.
operating activity? Is it 15 or 15 is like investing, right? 12, right? 15 is investing. 15 should be examples of investing activity.
Yes, sir.
And 17 should be examples of financing activity.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes, yes, yes.
This is para 12. See, 18A will not say what are those cash receipts and cash payments. If you want, you can just check out for some examples of operating activity given in para 12. What are the examples given, for example?
Para 12. Cash flows from operating activities are primarily derived from the principal revenue
Producing activity of an enterprise. That's your primary activity, right? Then,
therefore, they generally result from the transactions and other events that enter into the determination of net profit or loss.
okay, then.
Examples of cash flows from operating activities are A. Cash receipts from the sale of goods and the rendering of services.
See, for us what? For the academy, service render. For a tea shop person, for sale of goods, right? Then
B. Cash receipts from royalties, fees, commissions, and other revenues.
blah blah blah. Then
C. Cash payments to suppliers for goods and services.
you saw the payment to suppliers. Next,
D. Cash payments to and on behalf of employees.
see cash pay to employees, right? Next.
E. Cash receipts and cash payments of an insurance enterprise.
Let's not get into that. You saw some of the examples. And people ask, where are the overheads out here? What is given payment to? Suppliers of?
For goods and services.
What is that? What is services? Example, somebody is supplying electricity. They're supplying what? Goods. For that I pay. Somebody is giving a space on rent. That's a service. I pay rent. Yes or no? Basically, payment to supplier doesn't mean only goods there. Even supplier of space. Supply of electricity. Yes or no? It can be some modern service. Anything for that matter. I pay for overheads. I pay the suppliers of goods and services. I pay the employees. All these are operating cash outflows. What is? That is all. You don't have to memorize all this. Now, shall we start? I will take up an example that is, it's a CA final examination question. Let's understand how to prepare a cash flow statement under which method? Direct method for operating activity, right? A cash flow statement wherein you have to present the operating activity under which method? The direct method. Shall we? Take up this example. Here we go.
Pause the recording, sir.
I will pause the recording. Yeah, we'll continue this. Okay, guys, let us start with this example. Question number 4. Chapter 4. That's okay, but let me go rhyming. Chapter 4, illustration 4. Okay, let's not bring the unit 2. Okay, 4 to 4. So here we go with the question. Shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Illustration 4. The following summary cash account has been extracted from the company's accounting records.
They given a cash account. You'll find, I know this is it a T shape, is it? Debit credit?
No, not.
Or just a list of items?
Summary.
Summary. Okay. They given all the receipts and all the payments. Start.
Summary cash account. Balance at 1st March 20x1. I think.
What is that? Opening cash.
It will be 1st April, sir.
On 1st?
Should have been 1st April, but they are given 1/3/20x1.
Should be 1/4/20x1. Okay. 1/4, not 1/3. Okay. Make a correction. 1/4/20x1. What is the amount? 35,000 is the opening cash. Next.
Receipts from customer.
But I want people to mark over there. Yes, who's that?
Let the recording be available.
Huh?
Let the recording be available. So receipts from customers.
Listen, guys, I just want you to mark over there whether it's operating, financing, or investing. Will you do that? It's given the receipt from
Customers.
what is that? Operating. Please make a note over there. O. O for
Operating.
the O போடுங்க. Okay. Operating activity. O. அந்த O போட சொன்னேன். இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கிளாஸ் சொன்னா ஓன்றாங்க பசங்க. O. Operating activity. Then
That is 2,783 in thousands.
it's all in thousands. 35 and 2,783 in thousands. Okay, that is O. It is only for your understanding here.
Yes,
Okay. In the exam, you don't have to put an O over there. Okay, you should know operating activity. Next,
Issue of shares 300.
what?
Finance.
Your issued shares here, financing, right?
Yes, sir.
Financing. Make a note over there. F. Financing activity. Then,
Sale of fixed assets 120.
what is that? Investing, right? Sale of fixed assets. Sale of property, plant, equipment, fixed asset. That's a long-lived asset, right? So, investing activity, a cash inflow. Then let's go to the payments.
Payments to suppliers.
What is that? Definitely operating. Cash outflow, right? It'll come under operating activity as a negative figure. That's it. Next.
Payments for property, plant and equipment.
What is that? You must have purchased a fixed asset.
Investing.
That's not investing activity. Cash outflow, make a note. The payment to the earlier, what is the earlier point?
Suppliers.
Supplier is an operating activity. This is an investing activity. Payment for property, plant, equipment. Next.
Payments for overheads.
Payment for overheads. What is that? Operating activity.
Operating activity.
Next.
Wages and salaries.
Again what? Operating. Pay the employees. Then
Taxation.
what is that again? Operating. I said no operating. Next.
That's subtract.
That's it. Payments எல்லாம் மைனஸ் பண்ணணும். இது ஆட் பண்ணீங்கன்னா கடவுளே சொல்ல வர முடியாது. ஓகே. அவன் பேமெண்ட் கொடுத்துருக்கான்ல, பே பண்ணும்போது கேஷ் உள்ள வருமா இல்ல போகுமா?
Going on.
அதான் செல்வம். In Tamil செல்வம் செல்வம் போய்டும். Wealth is always will come and go. Next.
Dividends 80.
Dividend paid what? Financing. What dividend? So they have given dividend paid, sir. Why should they give? It's coming on the
Expense.
payment side. Expense on payment side. Dividend paid. Right. Financing. Then
Repayments of bank loan.
definitely what? Financing. Loan borrowed, loan repaid. Then
Balance at 31st March
that's a
20.
closing cash. How much?
212,000.
You know, from 35 come to 212. No. What is the increase? What is 35 212 minus 35?
170.
That is a 1,77,000 rupees increase in what? Your cash balance. You got to explain that. Of this 1,77,000 increase, how much has come from operations, from investing, and from financing activities? You got to explain to the users of financial statement. That's it. That's a job. Got it? Now let us go ahead and take on this, see the solution on there. Yes.
Prepare cash flow statement of the company is limited for the year ended 31st
For the company, 31st March 20. Yes, 2. Okay. You want to first up and
Because
11:30, yeah?
no,
I said 11:30.
no, there are still 3 months.
3 more minutes to go. Okay. Shall we?
Okay, sir.
Let me run through the chart for you. And then once I explain, there's nothing much to explain. Just see the only presentation part. Yes, sir. Read.
Hills Limited cash flow statement for the year ended 31st March 2022 using direct method.
I see you should write that very clearly. Whether they use direct or indirect method. Company's name, Cash flow statement, draw it as on. It's a for the,
Year.
it's a flow during the year, right? For the year ended 31/3/20x2 using what? Direct method. Okay, particulars, amount and
Inner column.
amount inner column and outer column.
In
Rupees and
thousands.
thousands. What is the first line?
Cash flows from operating activities.
Operating activities. Write that heading under that first.
Cash receipts from customers.
2783 not in brackets. Why? It's a cash inflow. Next.
Cash payments to suppliers.
What? In brackets. What is the amount?
2047.
Next.
Cash paid to employees.
Again in brackets how much?
69.
Next.
Other cash payments for overheads. 115.
115 in brackets. Next.
Cash generated from operations. 552.
See, you have to write that. After minusing all these, you write a cash generated from operations. Then you subtract income tax. Understood? So income tax payment how much?
243.
That's it. And net amount how much again?
Net cash from operating activities. 309.
Shown in the
Outer column.
that only outer column 309. Net cash
From
operating. And if you negative what? Net cash used in operating activity. Understood?
Yes, sir.
It is the net cash from operating activity. Some people are net cash generated by operating activity. You write net cash from operating activity 309 positive. The next heading, cash flow from
Investing activities.
under that,
Payments for purchase of fixed assets.
how much?
230 in negative.
Okay, negative 230. And sale of fixed assets.
Proceeds from sale of fixed assets.
Proceeds
120.
from sale. You write sale also no problem. Okay, what is the amount, sir?
128. Sir.
So net amount, how much?
102 in negative.
Negative. Therefore, net cash
Used in investing.
used in investing activity 102 negative. Next,
Cash flows from financing activity.
financing activity. Under that,
Proceeds from issuance of share capital.
see, you can simply write issue of shares, no issues at all. How much?
300.
300 positive inflow. Then
Bank loan repaid. 250.
250 outflow in brackets. Then dividend paid.
Dividend paid. 80.
80 outflow. Net
30.
that is a 30 negative, right? Again, net cash
Used in
used
financing.
in financing activity. Now add up all the three activities, 309 minus 102 minus
30.
minus 30. How much you get?
177.
You saw 177. You remember this number?
Yes, sir.
This was a net increase
In
cash.
equal.
and a cash equivalent, right? That way. What is it?
Net increase in cash and cash equivalent.
People say anyway, there's no cash equivalent. That's okay. You write that. Net increase in what? Cash and a cash equivalents. To this what? Add
Cash and cash equivalents at
at
beginning
the
of
beginning of the period. How much? 35 you add. How much you get? 212. You should match with the closing balance given the question. If it doesn't match, you're wrong. Against 212, what do you write? Cash and cash equivalents at the end of the period. Done. That is all. This is what carries 8 marks or 10 marks examination. This was a very old CA final sum. That came for similar sum is there with the 50,000, 1,50,000. These sums used to come for 8 marks. Then in CA final, I'm telling way back in 2000, 2001. That's it, sir.
Yes, sir.
Will you complete?
Yes, sir.
Please go ahead and jot down the solution in your notebook. And we are done for the day, sir. You can close the thing. The video stops here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.